Despite popular belief, the final frontier not only encompasses space, but also vast expanses of uncharted territory in our oceans. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration reveals that our exploration efforts have barely scratched the surface, with less than 5% of the ocean explored to date. Remarkable discoveries made by underwater archaeologists annually contribute to our understanding of history, serving as a reminder that there is still a great deal awaiting discovery. The Ocean X diving team is well acquainted with enigmatic findings, and one of their extensively documented discoveries involves an intriguing object resting on the Baltic Sea floor. Referred to as the Baltic Sea anomaly, this underwater structure gained widespread attention due to its peculiar appearance. Notably resembling a disc-shaped aircraft, speculation within online communities arose, suggesting the possibility of an advanced aerial vehicle being unearthed by the diving team. With a diameter of 60 meters, the Baltic Sea anomaly resides in the depths of the northern Baltic Sea. This remarkable find was made by Peter Lindberg, Dennis Asberg, and their renowned Swedish diving team in June 2011. Interestingly, the group has recently returned to the site and said that they have an update, noting that more strange activity happened while they were directly above the object. The research team stumbled upon a fascinating discovery while on their expedition to locate an ancient shipwreck. While passing over the object, they detected an intriguing reading that piqued their curiosity. According to Ocean X, this enigmatic anomaly measures approximately 3 to 4 meters in thickness and has a diameter of around 60 meters. Notably, the object rests on a sturdy pillar-like structure, towering at about 8 meters in height, located between 85 and 90 meters below the surface. Despite the seemingly shallow depth, the visibility in the area is extremely poor, making it challenging for the team to observe their surroundings. Curiously, during their initial encounter, the team encountered equipment malfunctions, which inexplicably ceased upon passing the object. Initially attributing it to chance, the team retraced their steps, only to face the same issue with their equipment again. This has prompted the team to hypothesize that the object emits some form of electromagnetic field. They have conducted multiple tests, consistently experiencing equipment failure whenever they approach the anomaly. According to skilled diver Stefan Hogeborn, he experienced a peculiar phenomenon while diving. He mentioned that any electronic devices, including a satellite phone, ceased to function when they were near the object. However, once they distanced themselves approximately 200 meters from the object, the devices began working again. Surprisingly, the devices malfunctioned once more when they returned above the object. Those that looked into the object said that it was natural. However, the divers have contested this claim by pointing out that natural formations do not have the ability to deactivate electrical equipment or possess a disc-like shape. Dennis Asberg, alongside the diving team from Ocean X, has recently unveiled an unprecedented photograph of the anomaly. According to Dennis, this image has never been witnessed before. While he has chosen to withhold certain specifics, he has revealed his intention to delve further into the matter during a podcast hosted by himself and his son. The podcast, named Dennis World, will provide an opportunity for a more detailed discussion on the subject matter. He said that he's released a never-before-seen image of the Baltic Sea anomaly. The picture was taken in 2012, and Dennis said that if you look at the picture, you can see a triangle with a hole. It's hard to see, and therefore Dennis uploaded a picture with a red line, and you can see that the plate is covered with sediment as well, and below you see burnt organic material. The picture was taken on the side of the object. According to individuals who have observed the image, the longer you gaze at it, the more distinct features become apparent. They have noticed the presence of defined edges and openings that directly penetrate the structure, which was initially described during the team's initial exploration. One user remarked that it resembles debris from the ocean, with coral growth accumulated on its surface. This perpendicular perspective grants us a more comprehensive view of the object, allowing us to discern a solid entity hidden beneath the coral. Upon the initial identification of the item, the team had inquiries, prompting them to investigate it further. However, their investigation only raised additional queries. As the divers approached the abnormality, they noticed a seemingly dark staircase that extended into the object. Notably, samples were sent for analysis in an attempt to determine its composition. According to Steve Weiner's assessments, the object was determined to not be a natural geological formation, but rather constructed from metals not found in nature. The team from Ocean X mentioned that when they were exploring the depths of the ocean, they observed a colossal structure that appeared even larger due to the darkness. They compared its size to that of a passenger plane and noted the challenges they faced while navigating in such conditions. Interestingly, they noticed a trail behind the object, which was also confirmed by sonar images. This has led to speculations that the object might have crashed and skidded along the ocean floor. The divers discovered visible skid marks in that area. Additionally, the researchers noticed peculiar carvings on the surface of the object, which appeared unnatural. The wreckage is located approximately 90 meters deep, and the muddy waters make it extremely difficult to capture footage or photographs of the site. The team revisited the location once more, deploying a remotely operated vehicle during their investigation. However, when the remotely operated vehicle approached the anomaly at a distance of a few meters, the compass started malfunctioning unpredictably. What's noteworthy is that a similar occurrence took place during their initial encounter with the anomaly. Peter Lindbergh commented that due to extremely poor visibility and the uncontrollable compass, it was challenging to track the remotely operated vehicle's location accurately. The compass seemed to be functioning independently, and the tether frequently got entangled. Many knowledgeable individuals have shared accounts of an anomaly referred to as the equipment turning off phenomenon. According to these reports, when pilots and fishing vessels come across unidentified aircraft, they often experience a sudden and complete loss of power or energy in their electrical devices. Numerous incidents have been documented where unidentified objects have been associated with the sudden shutdown of various types of equipment, including planes, tractors, cars, buses, motorcycles, and even lawnmowers. Interestingly, the affected devices typically resume functioning once the unidentified craft departs. One testimonial originates from a fishing crew aboard a vessel. They recounted an incident where they observed an unidentified object in the sky, causing a complete shutdown of all their electronic devices, including the ship's radio transmission to shore. Approximately 15 minutes later, when the object had moved away, everything returned to normal, although the fishermen noted that their mobile phones were also drained of power. Surprisingly, similar accounts have been shared by fishermen worldwide, reporting encounters with peculiar objects near their fishing vessels at night, consistently resulting in disturbances to their equipment. Currently, limited research has been conducted on this phenomenon, with only eyewitnesses recounting these experiences. However, some pilots have come forward, attesting to the influence of these objects on their aircraft as well. A fisherman shared the following account of an unusual encounter they had while fishing near Jersey. It was late at night, around 10:30, when the fisherman and his son noticed a distant light. As they approached for a better look, they couldn't discern any details because the object was too far away. However, moments later, the light seemed to descend and land in the ocean, resembling a lantern. Approximately 5 minutes later, the son spotted the light again, but this time it was much closer and moving beneath the water's surface. They observed as it passed under their boat, causing their VHF radio to flicker through different channels. Notably, the boat's lights turned off and the engine stalled. In darkness, they watched as the eerie light traversed the length of the boat. Suddenly, the object ascended from the ocean, swiftly disappearing over the horizon within seconds. Miraculously, once it departed, all on-board equipment powered back on. Despite the vivid encounter, they are unable to determine the nature of what they witnessed. Reluctant to share the story due to potential skepticism, they initially mistook the light for a lantern due to its faint glow. However, upon closer proximity, the vibrant colors of the object made it difficult to focus on. Unfortunately, both their phones were drained of battery that night, preventing them from capturing any photographs. Regardless, they have not encountered the object again since that incident. Many who followed this story believe that the Baltic Sea anomaly couldn't be an unidentified submerged object. USOs, or unidentified submerged objects, are a fascinating and mysterious phenomenon that has captivated the imagination of researchers and enthusiasts alike. While unidentified flying objects are commonly associated with sightings in the sky, USOs refer to unidentified objects that are observed beneath the surface of bodies of water, such as oceans, lakes, and rivers. USOs have been reported throughout history, with accounts dating back centuries. Tales of strange objects emerging from the depths have been passed down through generations, sparking curiosity and intrigue. However, it was not until the modern era that USOs began to receive more attention and scrutiny. Numerous reports of USO sightings have surfaced from different parts of the world, including the Bermuda Triangle, the Pacific Ocean, and the Great Lakes. Witnesses often describe the objects as glowing or emitting lights, moving in a controlled manner underwater and displaying remarkable speed and agility. The explanations for USOs vary, with some suggesting natural phenomena as the cause, while others entertain the possibility of extraterrestrial or advanced human-made technology. One natural explanation is the presence of bioluminescent organisms, which can create light patterns and unusual glows underwater. However, this explanation does not account for the structured movements and high speeds reported by witnesses. Another hypothesis suggests that USOs could be advanced military or experimental submarines or underwater vehicles. It is well known that various governments around the world have been conducting research and development in underwater technologies, and some speculate that certain USO sightings may be related to secret military operations. However, the absence of official acknowledgement or confirmation of such advanced technology adds to the mystery surrounding USOs. The study of USOs is complex due to the challenges associated with exploring and investigating the depths of our oceans. The vastness and extreme conditions of underwater environments make it difficult to conduct thorough research and gather concrete evidence. Additionally, the lack of mainstream scientific attention and funding dedicated to USO research further hampers our understanding of these phenomena. As of right now, USOs continue to be a subject of great interest and speculation. Reported sightings and encounters suggest the existence of underwater objects that defy conventional explanations. While natural phenomena and terrestrial technology may account for some cases, the possibility of extraterrestrial involvement cannot be ruled out entirely. Further scientific research and exploration of our planet's oceans are crucial to unraveling the mysteries surrounding USOs and shedding light on this intriguing phenomenon. Cameron Robbins, an 18-year-old individual who recently finished high school, has been unaccounted for since the 24th of May after falling into the waters near the Bahamas while aboard a Sunset cruise ship. While on a celebratory trip to the Bahamas with friends, Mr. Robbins, who had just graduated from the University Laboratory School in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, mysteriously vanished while in the ocean. On the 24th of May, Mr. Robbins went overboard while on a sunset cruise called Blackbeard's Revenge with the group. Based on the information provided, it's alleged that Mr. Robbins willingly leaped off the boat as part of a dare. A video capturing the incident reveals Mr. Robbins swimming in near-total darkness. But since the footage was released, various theories have been put forward to explain what happened, with some suggesting that it was a shark, while others pointed out that it sounded like the audio had been tampered with. After jumping off the boat, Mr. Robbins hasn't been seen since. The search for Mr. Robbins by the US Coast Guard and Royal Bahamas Defense Force lasted for multiple days, until it was suspended on Saturday, May 27th. Cameron Robbins, an 18-year-old individual, recently completed his high school education at University Laboratory School. This institution is affiliated with Louisiana State University and is located in Baton Rouge. According to reports, it has been stated that Mr. Robbins engaged in playing baseball during his time at school. Mr. Robbins and friends were vacationing at the Atlantis Paradise Resort in the Bahamas to commemorate their graduation, as confirmed by Louisiana State University. The excursion was not officially approved by the school. University Lab School Director Kevin George stated that Mr. Robbins was a student at the school for 13 years. The University Lab School community hopes for the best outcome in this situation and said that they have personally communicated with Cameron's family and noted that at the time of his disappearance, authorities in the Bahamas were actively searching for him. The university said that in moments like these, it is vital for us to unite and provide support to one another. It is claimed that during the trip, Mr. Robbins was challenged to leap off the boat. According to Jonathan Chia, a representative from Pirates Revenge Limited, the parent company of Blackbeard's Revenge, Mr. Robbins fell into the water at around 9:40 in the evening. Chia provided the following information in a statement. The video, recorded shortly after Mr. Robbins leaped into the water, depicted the 18-year-old swimming near the boat while the passengers on the Sunset Cruise shouted at him. During the video, people can be heard encouraging Mr. Robbins to clutch onto the floating device they tossed into the water specifically for him. According to Mr. Chia, the ship's crew followed all authorized safety procedures and company policies when implementing the man overboard protocol. Their ultimate goal was to maximize the chances of rescuing someone who had fallen into the water. According to a video posted on Facebook, Commodore Raymond King of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force stated that the location where Mr. Robbins reportedly jumped into is known for having a high presence of sharks, and those who've analyzed the video have said that you can see shadows swimming closely to Mr. Robbins, causing some to suggest that a shark could have been responsible, as bull and tiger sharks can be found in the Bahamas. One of the sharks that could have been responsible for Mr. Robbins' disappearance is the bull shark. Bull sharks are known for their aggressive behavior and are considered one of the most dangerous shark species when it comes to interactions with humans. Bull sharks are found in coastal waters around the world and are known for their tolerance to both saltwater and freshwater environments. One of the reasons bull sharks are considered dangerous to humans is their proximity to shorelines and popular swimming areas. Unlike many other shark species that inhabit deep offshore waters, bull sharks are commonly found in coastal regions, including bays, harbors, and river mouths. This close proximity to human-populated areas increases the likelihood of encounters between bull sharks and swimmers, surfers, and divers. Bull sharks are known for their aggressive nature and have been involved in a significant number of unprovoked attacks on humans. They have a reputation for displaying territorial behavior and are more likely to engage in aggressive encounters than other shark species. While bull sharks are responsible for a relatively small percentage of shark attacks worldwide, their ability to adapt to various habitats and their assertive behavior make them a potential threat in certain environments. The other shark known throughout the region where Mr. Robbins went missing is that of the tiger shark. Tiger sharks are known for their large size, formidable teeth, and powerful jaws, making them one of the most feared shark species in the ocean. Tiger sharks are named for their distinctive dark stripes that resemble a tiger's pattern. They are large-bodied sharks, with adult females reaching lengths of up to 14 feet and males typically measuring around 11 to 13 feet. Tiger sharks are known for their opportunistic feeding habits and are often referred to as garbage cans of the sea due to their ability to consume almost anything they come across. They have a diverse diet that includes fish, seals, turtles, dolphins, birds, and even other sharks, and it's this versatility and willingness to scavenge that makes them more likely to interact with humans in various coastal and offshore environments. Tiger sharks are responsible for a notable number of unprovoked attacks on humans. The perception of tiger sharks as potentially dangerous stems from their size, powerful jaws, and their presence in popular swimming and surfing areas. They are commonly found in warm coastal waters around the world, including the tropics and subtropics. This overlap with recreational activities increases the likelihood of encounters between humans and tiger sharks. The US Coast Guard has not verified the rumors suggesting that the waters are populated by sharks. The US Coast Guard, District 7, was notified by the Royal Bahamas Defense Force at approximately 11:30 in the evening regarding the incident of Mr. Robbins falling overboard. This information was conveyed in an official statement issued by the Coast Guard. In an official statement, Lieutenant Commander Matthew Spardo, the Coast Guard liaison officer to the Bahamas, announced that the US Coast Guard District 7 has dispatched several search and rescue resources following a request for assistance from the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. Mr. Chia stated that Pirates Revenge Limited had a close collaboration with the Bahamian authorities and the US Coast Guard throughout the incident, and said that during the investigation, they were committed to ongoing cooperation with the authorities. Over the course of multiple days, Both the Coast Guard and the Royal Bahamas Defence Force conducted an extensive search in the area where Mr. Robbins went missing, thoroughly scouring both the location itself and the surrounding waters. This search was conducted utilising air crews and employing specific search patterns. After conducting an extensive search over an area of over 325 square miles, the Coast Guard, in collaboration with the Royal Bahamas Defence Force, wrapped up their search operations on May 27th. In the statement, Mr. Spado conveyed that the Royal Bahamas Defence Force had notified them about the suspension of the ongoing search efforts and their decision to not seek additional Coast Guard assistance. He also expressed his deepest condolences to the family and friends of Cameron Robbins in light of this news. During an official statement, Mr. Chia expressed that Pirates Revenge Limited thoroughly assessed and evaluated their safety measures and protocols. They are assured that the company's practices have consistently aligned with the top industry standards, ensuring the safety of their passengers. With the approval of the Bahamian authorities, Pirates Revenge Limited has commenced the operation of their cruise ship once again. In addition, Mr. Chia extended his gratitude to the crew for their unwavering professionalism and proficient execution of their responsibilities throughout the incident. There's many who've said that the video can be solved by identifying the mysterious shadows that emerge in the water, which caused him to swim away hastily. There has been online speculation triggered by the video suggesting that Robbins's demise may have been caused by a shark pursuing him. Several individuals have asserted that they can distinctly discern a shark in the footage. As mentioned, Commodore Raymond King of the Royal Bahamas Defence Force confirmed that the region where Robbins fell overboard is heavily populated with sharks. Other users pointed out that they noticed the presence of a shark on the left side of the video, while one user confidently claimed to have spotted a fin in the short video clip. The Bahamas, with its crystal-clear waters and stunning coral reefs, is a popular destination for beachgoers and water enthusiasts. However, amid the beauty and serenity of these turquoise seas, there is a lurking fear that captivates the minds of many: shark attacks. Shark attacks are a rare occurrence in the Bahamas, but they do happen. The archipelago is home to various species of sharks, and while sharks are an essential part of the marine ecosystem and play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the underwater world, their encounters with humans can sometimes result in negative outcomes. Several factors contribute to shark attacks in the Bahamas. One of the primary factors is the interaction between humans and sharks in their natural habitat. The Bahamas offers exceptional diving and snorkeling opportunities, where tourists and locals can explore the vibrant coral reefs and swim alongside marine life. While these experiences are captivating, they can bring humans into close proximity with sharks, increasing the chances of an encounter. Another factor is the presence of bait and food sources in the water. Fishing and the improper disposal of fish waste can attract sharks to areas frequented by humans. Additionally, certain activities, such as spearfishing or fishing with bait, can unintentionally draw sharks closer to humans, creating a higher risk of an encounter. In the case of Mr. Robbins, some have suggested that the group may have been unknowingly chumming the water by accident, and they could have been doing this by dropping food into the water, which would have attracted wildlife. It is essential to note that the vast majority of shark encounters do not result in attacks. Sharks are often curious creatures and may approach humans out of curiosity or to investigate their surroundings. In most cases, these encounters are harmless and serve as a reminder of the beauty and diversity of marine life. However, there have been instances where sharks have exhibited aggressive behavior, leading to attacks. The Bahamas has implemented measures to ensure the safety of both humans and sharks in their waters. Shark conservation efforts aim to promote responsible interactions and minimize the risks associated with shark encounters. These efforts include educational programs, public awareness campaigns, and guidelines for divers and snorkelers. One such initiative is the establishment of marine protected areas and shark sanctuaries. These areas restrict fishing and other activities that could harm shark populations and their habitats. By protecting these vital areas, the Bahamian government aims to maintain the delicate balance of the marine ecosystem and ensure the long-term survival of sharks and other marine species. The USS Stein monster is a mysterious and unexplained phenomenon that occurred in the Pacific Ocean in 1976. The incident has become one of the most famous examples of alleged encounters with unidentified underwater objects and continues to be the subject of speculation and debate to this day. The USS Stein was a United States Navy destroyer that was conducting routine operations in the Pacific Ocean in 1976. According to reports, the crew of the ship began to experience strange phenomena while on patrol. In 1978, the USS Stein, which was classed as a frigate by the United States Navy, experienced a sudden emergency that caused it to divert its route towards its home base. The radar system responsible for detecting submarine threats stopped functioning abruptly. The ship made its way to dry dock in order to ascertain the cause of the malfunction, with crew members noting that it was likely related to the huge dome that was attached to the front of the ship's hull. Crew members said that this dome weighed over 59,000 pounds. Upon examination of the sonar dome, the engineers discovered an unexpected development. The rubber coating on the dome had been completely torn, causing approximately 8% of the surface to be covered in large tears. According to a Navy publication at the time, the damage, caused by something of significant power, was so severe that some of the gashes were up to 4 feet long. The huge cuts were so big that Navy biologist F.G. Wood was asked to examine the coating in order to explain what had happened. Upon inspection, he observed that the dome's cuts were very deep and concluded that the markings matched that of a massive squid. The issue with this explanation is that in order for these cuts to have been created by a squid, the creature in question had to be around 45 meters or 150 feet long. The Navy publication further added that the creature's huge size has never been seen before by scientists, but did say that this could have been an undiscovered species. As of right now, the largest squid species is the giant squid. These deep-sea creatures are known for their massive size, with some individuals reaching lengths of up to 43 feet or 13 meters and weights of up to 600 pounds. The giant squid has a reputation as a fearsome predator, with long, powerful tentacles and sharp beaks that allow it to capture and consume a wide variety of prey, including fish, crustaceans, and other squid. Despite their size and power, however, giant squids are notoriously elusive, with very little known about their behavior or life cycle in the wild. The first recorded sighting of a giant squid by humans was in 1673, off the coast of Norway. The sighting was made by a group of sailors who observed a large, mysterious creature attacking their ship. The creature was described as having long, tentacle-like arms and a large, bulbous head, and was said to be so large that it could wrap its arms around the ship. Over the years, there have been many other reported sightings of giant squids, although few have been confirmed or documented. In some cases, giant squids have been found washed up on beaches, providing scientists with valuable specimens for study. In other cases, giant squids have been captured by fishermen or deep-sea researchers, providing an opportunity to study the creatures up close. Despite these occasional encounters, however, much about the biology and behavior of giant squids remains a mystery. Their deep-sea habitat and elusive nature make them difficult to study, and many questions remain unanswered about their life cycle, behavior, and role in the ocean ecosystem. Those who investigated the large markings found on the USS Stein's sonar dome suggested that the squid responsible for causing them was likely one of the largest specimens swimming around in the ocean. Others suggested that the squid responsible may have had an extreme deep-sea gigantism. Deep-sea gigantism is a phenomenon that refers to the tendency of some marine animals to grow to larger sizes in the deep sea than their counterparts in shallower waters. This trend has been observed in a wide range of species, from giant squid and octopuses to certain species of crustaceans and fish. There are several factors that may contribute to deep-sea gigantism, though the exact causes are still not fully understood. One of the most commonly cited explanations is the concept of oxygen limitation. In the deep sea, the availability of oxygen is much lower than in shallower waters, which may limit the growth and metabolic activity of some organisms. This may lead to a selective advantage for larger individuals, as they have a greater surface area to volume ratio and may be better able to extract oxygen from the water. Another factor that may contribute to deep-sea gigantism is the abundance of food. In the deep sea, food can be scarce and sporadic, and animals that are able to consume large amounts of food when it is available may have a selective advantage. This may explain why some species of deep-sea crustaceans, such as giant amphipods and isopods, have evolved to grow to such large sizes. In addition to these ecological factors, there may also be evolutionary and genetic factors at play in deep-sea gigantism. Some scientists have suggested that the unique environmental conditions of the deep sea may have led to the evolution of specific adaptations that promote larger body size. For example, the extreme pressure and darkness of the deep sea may favor animals with larger eyes, which could help them to locate prey and navigate in their environment. Despite the ongoing debate about the exact causes of deep-sea gigantism, there is no doubt that this phenomenon is one of the most fascinating and mysterious aspects of marine biology. The fact that so many different species have evolved to grow to such large sizes in the deep sea suggests that there may be some common ecological and evolutionary factors at play. In recent years, advances in technology have allowed scientists to study deep-sea organisms more closely than ever before, using submersibles, remotely operated vehicles, and other tools to explore the depths of the ocean. These efforts have yielded new insights into the biology and behavior of deep-sea organisms and have helped to shed light on some of the mysteries of deep-sea gigantism. As our understanding of the deep sea continues to grow, it is likely that we will learn even more about the fascinating creatures that inhabit this mysterious and little understood environment. Whether we are studying giant squid, colossal crustaceans, or other deep-sea giants, the mysteries of deep-sea gigantism continue to captivate and inspire scientists and enthusiasts alike. Over the years, there's been many stories of sailors encountering mysterious sea creatures. The crew of the fishing vessel the Voyager had heard the stories of giant squids that roamed the depths of the ocean, but they never thought they would encounter one themselves. That all changed one stormy night in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The crew was on a routine fishing trip, hoping to bring in a big catch to sell at the market back home. The waves were high and the winds were fierce, but they had weathered many storms before and were confident in their abilities. As they were pulling in their nets, they suddenly felt a jolt that rocked the entire ship. They quickly realized that something large and powerful had collided with the hull of the ship. At first, they thought it might be a rogue wave or a submerged object, but as they looked over the side of the ship, they saw a massive tentacle wrapped around the hull. The tentacle was covered in suction cups that clung to the metal of the ship, and it was clear that whatever was attached to it was not letting go. The crew sprang into action, grabbing whatever tools they could find to try and pry the tentacle loose. But as they worked, they realized that this was no ordinary creature. The tentacle was thicker than any they had ever seen before, and it was attached to something enormous, lurking just below the surface. Suddenly, the ship was hit again, this time with even more force. The crew could feel the ship struggling under the strain of the massive creature that was attacking it. They could see the shadowy form of the creature moving just below the surface, and it was clear that it was not going to let them go without a fight. The crew quickly realized that their only hope was to try and outmaneuver the creature, to use their speed and agility to avoid its attacks. They were forced to make quick turns and evasive maneuvers, dodging the tentacles as they slashed through the water. The ship's hull was battered and bruised, but they refused to give up. After several hours of intense chase, the crew finally managed to outmaneuver the creature and break free from its grasp. They looked back at the dark shape disappearing into the depths, feeling a mixture of fear and awe at the power of the massive creature. The crew returned home with a newfound respect for the mysteries of the ocean and a sense of gratitude for having survived their encounter with the giant squid. From that day on, they never ventured out to sea without remembering the lessons they had learned and the dangers that lay hidden in the depths below. The kraken is a legendary sea monster that has been the subject of myths and stories for centuries. According to legend, the kraken is a massive creature that dwells in the depths of the ocean, capable of pulling entire ships beneath the waves with its tentacles. The origins of the kraken can be traced back to Scandinavian folklore, where it was known as the kraka, a term that referred to any large and dangerous sea creature. The earliest references to the creature date back to the 12th century, where it was described as a giant crab or lobster that could crush ships with its massive claws. Over time, the legend of the kraken evolved and expanded, with new tales and descriptions of the creature emerging in different parts of the world. In some accounts, the kraken was said to be so large that it could wrap its tentacles around a ship and pull it under the water. In others, it was described as having a massive, serpentine body that could crush boats and sailors with ease. Despite the many variations of the kraken legend, there are a few common themes that run throughout the stories. For one, the kraken is typically portrayed as a fearsome creature, capable of wreaking havoc on ships and sailors alike. It is also often depicted as an ancient and mysterious creature, with many legends suggesting that it has been lurking in the depths of the ocean for thousands of years. One of the most famous descriptions of the kraken comes from the writings of 18th century naturalist Carl Linnaeus. In his book Systema Naturae, Linnaeus described the kraken as a massive creature with arms that were as thick as a ship's mast, capable of pulling entire vessels under the water. Although Linnaeus was a respected scientist, his description of the kraken was likely based on folklore and legend, rather than actual scientific observation. Despite the fact that the kraken is considered a mythological creature, there have been many reported sightings of strange and unusual sea creatures throughout history that may have contributed to the legend. For example, giant squid and octopuses are real creatures that are capable of growing to enormous sizes and may have been mistaken for the kraken in some cases. In recent years, advances in technology have allowed scientists to study deep-sea creatures more closely than ever before and have yielded new insights into the biology and behavior of creatures like the giant squid. These efforts have helped to demystify some of the legends and stories surrounding the kraken and have given us a better understanding of the fascinating creatures that inhabit the depths of the ocean. As of right now, the kraken is a fascinating and enduring legend that has captured the imaginations of people around the world for centuries. Whether it is a real creature or simply a product of myth and legend, the kraken continues to captivate and inspire us with its tales of mystery and wonder. The Eltanin antenna, an unusual underwater structure discovered in 1964, has long been the subject of speculation and debate among researchers, theorists, and those with a keen interest in the unknown. Named after the USNS Eltanin, the Antarctic oceanographic research ship that first photographed the structure, the Eltanin antenna is a mysterious object located deep beneath the Antarctic Ocean. The Eltanin antenna was first photographed on August 29, 1964, by a team of researchers aboard the USNS Eltanin, an American research vessel tasked with conducting oceanographic studies in the Antarctic region. The photograph, taken at a depth of approximately 13,500 feet or 4,115 meters in the Antarctic Ocean, depicted an unusual, seemingly artificial structure that resembled an antenna or a piece of advanced technology. The discovery immediately sparked curiosity and controversy, with many wondering about the origins and purpose of the enigmatic object. The Eltanin antenna is characterized by its complex, symmetrical structure, which appears to consist of a central rod surrounded by a series of curved, evenly spaced spokes. Its appearance has been likened to that of a radio antenna, a piece of advanced machinery, or even an advanced artifact. Despite its seemingly artificial appearance, the Eltanin antenna has been found to be made of natural materials, primarily a type of sponge known as Cladorhiza concrescens. Since its discovery, the Eltanin antenna has been the subject of numerous theories. Many researchers believe that the Eltanin antenna is simply a unique and unusual natural formation. The structure's composition, primarily made up of the Cladorhiza concrescens sponge, supports this theory. The symmetrical appearance of the structure, while intriguing, can be explained by the growth patterns of this particular sponge species. Theorists and proponents of alternative history have suggested that the Eltanin antenna is an artificial structure, possibly created by an advanced ancient civilization or even advanced beings. They argue that the object's intricate and symmetrical appearance is indicative of intelligent design rather than a natural process. However, this theory has been largely debunked by scientific research that has identified the structure as a type of sponge. Another theory posits that the Eltanin antenna is a hoax or the result of misinterpretation. This theory suggests that the original photograph taken by the USNS Eltanin may have been tampered with or misinterpreted by researchers and the media, leading to the widespread belief in the existence of an unexplained structure. The Eltanin antenna remains an enigmatic and intriguing discovery that has captivated the imagination of researchers and the public alike for over half a century. Although scientific research has identified the structure as a type of sponge, its striking appearance and the enduring controversy surrounding its origins continue to fuel speculation and debate. The Eltanin antenna serves as a testament to the enduring human fascination with the unknown and the unexplained, and as a reminder of the countless mysteries that still lie hidden beneath the depths of our oceans. Scientists call for the ocean to be legally treated as a living being. Our ocean is an extraordinary place. It's the beginning of all life and from whence we all came. Therefore, humanity's overall treatment of it seems extremely cruel when we consider all the wrongs we have done towards it. For centuries, it has provided us with substance and resources. It's responsible for much of the oxygen that allows us to breathe in our atmosphere. Despite this, our oceans remain the lowest priority when it comes to battles against climate change and environmental concerns. Scientists are calling for better recognition of the ocean in hopes of salvaging it for the future. Many believe that without change, the oceans could be lost to us forever. Biologist Michelle Bender and Rachel Bustamante from the Earth Law Center, USA, have released their research and argument in PLOS Biology, a scientific paper. Bender and Bustamante have stated maintaining the status quo of environmental law equates to the legalized destruction of nature. International law needs to evolve to reflect the ocean's inherent rights to exist, flourish, and regenerate. Ocean health is human health. It's notable that they capitalized nature in their statement to reflect their belief that nature deserves to be acknowledged as its own being. They claim that nature deserves to be viewed as equal to humans and not as a resource for us to demolish and abuse. This argument that the ocean should be considered a being in its own right falls under the modern concept of Earth law, which dictates that humans should see the world itself as something sacred to be protected and respected. Biologists hope to raise awareness of this movement to have the Earth recognized as something to support under legal constitutions, such as the right to exist. Simply put, certain groups believe that the Earth deserves to share our universal human rights. Bustamante and Bender write, building upon Earth law and rights of nature understandings, ocean-centered governance recognizes the ocean as a living entity, advancing law, policy, and institutional action that centers the needs of the ocean in decision-making. The UN General Assembly publicly announced in late 2017 that the era between 2021 and 2030 would focus on repairing the harm done to the oceans, and that the UN would place further consideration into aquatic research and figure out ways to make our coexistence with the ocean and its creatures sustainable and less damaging to the environment. In 2015, scientists released the first Universal Ocean Assessment, which opened the eyes of many communities as to how deeply the seas were suffering. The report revealed that climate change, overfishing, resource gathering, and most importantly, pollution have impacted the oceans more than previously anticipated. Since then, researchers have been working out ways to solve this ever-growing problem in hopes of rescuing oceanic life before it's too late. As things stand, the situation keeps getting worse. Little is being done to subvert the consequences of our actions, which are already occurring and destroying the ocean by filling it with trash, oil spills, and immense amounts of carbon dioxide. Ocean life projected to end in mass extinction. Scientists fear that an aquatic mass extinction is underway. According to recent studies, nearly 90% of selected aquatic species have been marked for high-priority endangerment or thought to be at severe risk of going extinct in the next century. Biologists warn that due to the overwhelming amount of carbon in the water, the environment of the sea is changing fast, for the worse. The Dalhousie University of Canada has assembled a team of respected scientists and researchers to investigate sea life. Their findings revealed that the 25,000 species they have observed, nearly all of them will fall to extinction if nothing is done to lessen the situation. If our greenhouse gas emissions stay at these high rates, many of these oceanic creatures, protozoans, bacteria, algae, fish, and sea mammals will vanish from the planet by the year 2100. Other research revealed that creatures higher on the food chain are more likely to perish than those lower on it. A wide range of oceanic ecosystems will be affected, including but not limited to the Coral Triangle, Australian coasts, the Red Sea, the Gulfs of Persia and Thailand, and the Caribbean. The study has been quite startling and sobering, in the words of ecologist Daniel Boyce of the Institute of Oceanography. Notably, Boyce notes that this is still speculation and nothing is set in stone, but that it could be a potential outcome of the consequences of global warming. According to Boyce, it's the worst-case scenario, and when we evaluated that scenario, we found that there was a very grim picture for the climate risk for marine species. If even a handful of these species were to fade out of existence as a result of extinction, it would reap horrific results on the world's many ecosystems and would impact the world food chain directly. 252 million years ago was the last time the planet suffered a major extinction event, where 90% of life was demolished, deemed to be the Great Dying by researchers. We can only hope that adequate actions will be taken to prevent such a tragic future for our planet. Ancient traces of a giant ocean have just been discovered. Mars, as we know it, is a wasteland devoid of greenery and flowing liquid water. However, that does not mean it has always been that way. Scientists have suspected that Mars was once a watery oasis, and now, due to a recent discovery, they have more proof than ever. According to scientists, 3.5 billion years ago, the dust-covered barren surface of Mars possessed a beautiful ocean that spread for supposed hundreds of thousands of kilometers squared. Their proof? Shorelines. Recent research into Mars's geology provides evidence of past, long-gone shorelines in the way the planet is shaped. Using various images obtained by satellites sent to photograph Mars, researchers were able to zoom in and analyze its surface. Because scientists have pictures of the same location from different angles, they were able to put the pieces together into an elaborate local map, thus allowing them to study it up close. Over 4,000 miles of water-caused ridges have been located. Scientists believed these ridges are either underwater channels or possibly markings of river deltas. Benjamin Cardenas, a geoscientist from the University of Pennsylvania, states, "On Earth, we chart the history of waterways by looking at sediment that is deposited over time. We call that stratigraphy, the idea that water transports sediment and you can measure the changes on Earth by understanding the way that sediment piles up. That's what we've done here. But it's Mars." With research collected by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, scientists were even able to determine how thick these ridges are and utilize topographical techniques in hopes of uncovering more about our neighboring planet's history. The team found evidence of rising sea levels on Mars that caused increased currents in rivers, all of which were memorized in the sands and sediment of the planet. As we understand where there is water, there is life, this discovery suggests it was definitely possible for the red planet to sustain life at some point prior in cosmic history, although this is still unproven beyond mere speculation. Cardenas notes, "What immediately comes to mind as one of the most significant points here is that the existence of an ocean of this size means a higher potential for life. It also tells us about the ancient climate and its evolution. Based on these findings, we know there had to have been a period when it was warm enough and the atmosphere was thick enough to support this much liquid water at one time." In the vast expanse of the ocean, a hidden world lay beneath the depths, a realm largely unexplored and shrouded in mystery. It was here, in the remote waters of the Pacific, that a remarkable discovery was made, thanks to the keen eyes of a curious observer using Google Earth. An amateur explorer with an insatiable curiosity for the unknown found himself engrossed in the satellite imagery of Google Earth. He spent countless hours navigating the virtual globe, seeking hidden treasures and anomalies that would ignite his sense of wonder. As he pored over the imagery of the Pacific Ocean, his gaze fixated on a remote section, far from any human settlement. An enormous object caught his attention. He described it as a massive structure nestled on the ocean floor, its size and shape defying explanation. Intrigued, he couldn't shake the feeling that he had stumbled upon something truly significant. He decided to share it on social media so others could look at it. Driven by his curiosity, he wanted to know what this strange object was and how it was able to change direction on the ocean floor. According to him, the object that can be seen at the end of the trail looks to be in the shape of a pyramid. He said that the mysterious structure doesn't match anything else in the area and wanted to post it online so that others could put forward their own theories for what they thought it could be. The user who found it said that the possibilities seemed endless, suggesting that it could have been an ancient temple, an underwater city, or evidence of an advanced civilization predating recorded history. As of right now, he's said that it's important to note that pyramids have been uncovered all over the world and caused him to suggest that there could be pyramids submerged at the bottom of the ocean. The scale of discoveries made in recent years by scientists has completely transformed the way we view our oceans, so we should remain receptive to the potential of marine exploration. In the watery depths, entire civilizations have been lost over time, leaving behind awe-inspiring constructions on par with cutting-edge modern engineering. Denying the accomplishments of past generations is unfair, and until we have explored all the uncharted ocean territories, it is quite feasible that large structures could be lurking beneath the waves. As noted, it is intriguing to see what appears to be a large object at the end of what appears to be an artificial track. It is noteworthy that those who have viewed the images have observed that the areas surrounding the structure appear to be blurred, indicating that an organization may have intentionally done this to obscure details about it. It is widely known that certain organizations alter photographs prior to their public release. It has been acknowledged that specific regions on Google Earth have been obscured due to security concerns. Certain locations may not be visible to the public eye, as they are restricted areas that authorities have deemed off-limits. Consequently, these areas are obscured with intentional blurring or black boxes to prevent any further disclosure of details. This may refer to sites that are restricted from public access, such as government establishments. The query that arises is what the intention is behind obscuring something in the ocean, and why numerous uncanny objects feature blurred markings. As of right now, various theories have been put forward to explain what these objects are, including artificial structures, monuments that have been lost to the waves, and giant pyramids. There's countless interesting ocean discoveries that are being made each year, and one of these are underwater supervolcanoes. An underwater supervolcano is an awe-inspiring force of nature, capable of unleashing immense power and causing widespread devastation. While the eruption of a supervolcano on land is well documented and understood, the eruption of such a volcano beneath the ocean's surface presents its own unique set of challenges and potential consequences. Imagining the scenario of an underwater supervolcano eruption allows us to explore the potential impacts on the marine environment and human populations. Firstly, an underwater supervolcano eruption would release an enormous amount of magma, gases, and volcanic ash into the surrounding water column. The sudden discharge of molten rock and gases would generate intense heat, leading to the formation of superheated plumes and steam explosions. These powerful eruptions would create a turbulent and hazardous environment for marine life. The immediate impact on marine ecosystems would be devastating. The release of volcanic ash and gases, such as sulfur dioxide, would lead to acidification of the surrounding waters. This change in pH levels would have profound effects on the delicate balance of marine organisms, particularly those with calcareous shells or skeletons, such as corals and shellfish. The acidification would disrupt their ability to build and maintain their protective structures, leading to widespread mortality and ecological imbalance. Furthermore, the rapid injection of volcanic material into the ocean would cause a sudden increase in water temperature. This rise in temperature would create thermal stress, potentially causing mass bleaching of coral reefs and the death of other sensitive marine organisms. The subsequent decline in biodiversity could have cascading effects throughout the food chain, impacting the abundance and distribution of marine species. The eruption of an underwater supervolcano would also release large quantities of volcanic ash into the atmosphere. Unlike ash from land-based eruptions, which can settle relatively close to the source, ash from underwater eruptions would disperse over vast distances, carried by ocean currents and atmospheric winds. This ash can pose a significant threat to human health, as fine particulate matter can cause respiratory problems, visibility issues, and potential air traffic disruptions. In addition to the immediate effects on marine ecosystems and human health, an underwater supervolcano eruption would have broader environmental consequences. The release of gases, including sulfur dioxide, into the atmosphere would lead to the formation of aerosols and sulfuric acid clouds. These clouds would reflect sunlight back into space, resulting in a temporary cooling effect on the Earth's surface. This phenomenon, known as volcanic winter, can lead to a decrease in global temperatures and altered weather patterns. The long-term effects of an underwater supervolcano eruption on climate would depend on the scale and duration of the eruption. Large-scale eruptions have the potential to inject significant amounts of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, which can persist for months or even years. The resulting cooling effect could disrupt agricultural practices, leading to crop failures and food shortages. Changes in precipitation patterns could also impact water resources and alter the distribution of ecosystems worldwide. Societal impacts would be significant in the aftermath of an underwater supervolcano eruption. Coastal communities located near the eruption site would face immediate dangers, including tsunamis generated by the displacement of water and potential pyroclastic flows. The destruction of marine habitats and fisheries could have severe economic consequences for communities dependent on ocean resources. International cooperation and preparedness would be essential to mitigate the impacts of an underwater supervolcano eruption. Monitoring systems capable of detecting precursory signs of volcanic activity would be critical for issuing timely warnings and evacuating vulnerable populations. Collaborative efforts in disaster response, scientific research, and the development of resilient strategies would be crucial to address the complex challenges posed by such an event. The ocean, covering approximately 71% of the Earth's surface, is a vast and mysterious realm that holds countless wonders waiting to be discovered. Despite centuries of exploration and scientific advancements, much of the ocean remains unexplored, hiding secrets and surprises in its depths. Understanding the extent of unexplored areas is a complex task, but current knowledge and ongoing research suggest that a significant portion of the ocean remains unknown to us. One of the key factors contributing to the ocean's unexplored nature is its immense size. The ocean encompasses 5 major basins: the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, Southern, and Arctic Oceans. Each of these basins is vast, with depths ranging from a few meters in coastal areas to several kilometers in the open ocean. The combined area of these basins, including their numerous underwater mountain ranges, trenches, and abyssal plains, presents an enormous challenge for comprehensive exploration. Furthermore, the ocean's extreme depths pose significant technological and logistical hurdles. The pressure and darkness in the deep sea demand specialized equipment and vehicles capable of withstanding tremendous pressures and providing adequate lighting for observation. Deep-sea exploration requires submersibles, remotely operated vehicles, and autonomous underwater vehicles to access and study the abyssal depths, where conditions are harsh and environments are largely unexplored. To date, the majority of human exploration has focused on the relatively shallow coastal areas and continental shelves. These regions are more accessible and provide valuable resources for human populations, such as fisheries and mineral deposits. However, as the depth increases beyond the continental shelves into the abyssal plains and trenches, the challenges multiply, and our knowledge becomes progressively limited. The Mariana Trench, located in the western Pacific Ocean, is a prime example of an unexplored region. It is the deepest part of the world's oceans, reaching depths of over 10,900 meters, or 35,800 feet. In addition to depth, The ocean's vastness and remoteness further contribute to its unexplored nature. Large areas, such as the Southern Ocean surrounding Antarctica, remain largely inaccessible due to extreme weather conditions, sea ice, and isolation. These regions present formidable challenges to researchers and limit opportunities for extensive exploration. Advancements in technology have allowed scientists to explore the ocean more extensively in recent years. Sophisticated sonar systems, satellite imaging, and improved underwater robotics have enhanced our ability to map the seafloor and gather data remotely. However, these technologies are limited in their capacity to provide detailed information about specific habitats, ecosystems, and the myriad species that inhabit them. Antarctica, the frozen continent at the bottom of the world, has long fascinated scientists and explorers. Its harsh conditions and isolated environment have led to the perception that it has always been inhospitable to human life. However, recent discoveries and scientific research have raised intriguing questions about the possibility of human presence in Antarctica in the distant past. Back in January 2017, new claims were being put forward about ancient civilizations flourishing in the South Pole through the development of advanced cities. The object in question measures over 100 meters, or 400 feet in width, and is situated in eastern Antarctica. According to those who found the object, it bears a resemblance to something that could have been intentionally crafted. In a recent article, those interested in the unknown raise a thought-provoking question about the possibility of an advanced civilization existing in Antarctica in the distant past. Online users questioned whether structures, monuments, and temples created by this civilization still exist today. Antarctica's geological history reveals a time when the continent was not covered in ice. Fossil evidence, including plant remains and marine species, suggests that Antarctica once had a milder climate and supported a more diverse ecosystem. These findings indicate that the continent may have been habitable for humans or other organisms in the past. The discovery of the circular formation in Antarctica was initially made through satellite imagery and aerial surveys. Researchers and explorers studying the region noticed a distinct circular pattern with clear symmetry and intricate geometric designs. The remarkable precision and size of the formation suggested it was not a product of natural processes, but rather the result of human intervention. The existence of the circular formation in Antarctica has sparked numerous hypotheses regarding its creation. Some propose that it could be an ancient religious or ceremonial site, possibly built by a civilization predating known human history. Others speculate that it might serve as a navigational or astronomical marker, aligning with celestial events and providing ancient explorers with vital guidance. The circular formation in Antarctica has generated controversy and conflicting interpretations. Skeptics argue that the formation could be the result of natural geological processes, such as glacial movement or erosion. They suggest that the apparent man-made features could be coincidental patterns or our minds playing tricks on us, which makes us perceive familiar shapes in random formations. These alternative explanations urge caution in jumping to conclusions and highlight the need for rigorous scientific analysis. The discovery of a potential man-made circular formation in Antarctica carries significant implications. If confirmed as human-made, it could rewrite our understanding of early human history, migration patterns, and technological capabilities. The site holds the potential to provide invaluable insights into ancient civilizations and their interactions with this remote part of the world. Continued exploration, interdisciplinary research, and careful analysis are crucial to unraveling the mysteries surrounding this intriguing formation. Some proponents of the idea of human presence in Antarctica point to ancient myths, legends, and oral traditions from different cultures that mention a distant land beyond the southern reaches of the known world. These accounts, while often shrouded in myth and symbolism, have fueled speculation about the possibility of early human civilizations or advanced societies inhabiting Antarctica or its surrounding regions. The ice-free hypothesis suggests that large areas of Antarctica were relatively ice-free in the past, potentially making them habitable for humans or other organisms. The idea posits that geological and climatic factors, including tectonic activity and changes in Earth's axial tilt, may have contributed to periods of ice-free conditions. However, this hypothesis remains controversial, and further research is needed to ascertain its validity. As of right now, the question of whether humans could have lived in Antarctica in the past is a captivating enigma that continues to puzzle scientists and researchers. While geological evidence, ancient maps, historical accounts, and hypotheses provide intriguing possibilities, conclusive proof remains elusive. The extreme and ever-changing conditions of Antarctica make it difficult to uncover definitive evidence of past human habitation. Further exploration, scientific research, and technological advancements are necessary to unravel the mysteries of Antarctica's ancient history. As our understanding of Earth's past continues to evolve, new discoveries may shed light on the potential for human presence in this remote and enigmatic continent. Until then, the question of Antarctica's past inhabitants serves as a reminder of the enduring allure and untapped secrets of our planet's most inhospitable corners. Lake Vostok, buried beneath the Antarctic ice sheet, has been a subject of fascination for researchers. Google Earth images have revealed anomalous patterns and shapes on the frozen surface of the lake, prompting speculation about their origins. Some theories propose the presence of unidentified submerged objects or ancient structures hidden beneath the ice, while others attribute these anomalies to natural processes, such as wind and ice movements. The debate continues, highlighting the need for further investigation and exploration of this unique environment. Google Earth has also captured images of unexplained aerial phenomena, including bright lights, peculiar shapes, and unusual flight patterns in the skies above Antarctica. These sightings have led to discussions about the possibility of advanced aircraft, secret military operations, or even visitation. While some argue for conventional explanations such as atmospheric phenomena or technical glitches, others maintain that these sightings could be evidence of something extraordinary happening in Antarctica's airspace. Antarctica's remote and largely unexplored nature, coupled with its unique geographic features, has made it an intriguing location for alleged unidentified objects. Reports from researchers, pilots, and expedition teams have described anomalous aerial objects displaying flight patterns and speeds beyond known human capabilities. Numerous witnesses, including scientists, military personnel, and adventurers, have come forward with accounts of sightings in Antarctica. Their testimonies describe craft of varying shapes, sizes, and colors, exhibiting unconventional flight characteristics. These reports, while intriguing, often lack concrete evidence and rely on personal accounts, making it challenging to establish their veracity. Given the remote and harsh conditions of Antarctica, scientific investigation and exploration have been limited. However, researchers have initiated projects to study these objects in the region. These efforts involve deploying advanced monitoring equipment, such as radar systems and satellite imaging, to capture and analyze potential activity. So, what do you make of these interesting discoveries? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.